Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our reading of Travels of Marco Polo. Today's chapter, Book 1, Chapter 5, of the province of Zorzania, its boundaries, the pass where Alexander the Great constructed the Gate of Iron, of the miraculous circumstances attending a fountain at Teflis. Let's get started. In Zorzania, the king is usually styled David Melech, which in our language signifies David the King. One part of the country is subject to the Tartars, and the other part, in consequence of the strength of its fortress, has remained in the possession of its native princes. It is situated between two seas, of which that on the northern western side is called the Greater Sea, Euxine, and the other on the eastern side called the Sea of Abakti, Caspian. This latter is in circuit 2,800 miles, and partakes of the nature of a lake, not communicating with any other sea. It has several islands with handsome towns and castles, some of which are inhabited by people who fled before the Grand Tartar when he laid waste the kingdom or province of Persia, and took shelter in these islands, or in the fastness of the mountains where they hoped to find security. Some of the islands are uncultivated. This sea produces abundance of fish, particularly sturgeon and salmon, at the mouths of the rivers, as well as others of a large sort. The general wood of the country is the box tree. I was told that in ancient times the kings of the country were born with the mark of an eagle on the right shoulder. The people are well made, bold sailors, expert archers, and fair combatants in battle. They are Christians, observing the ritual of the Greek Church, and wear their hair short in the manner of the Western clergy. This is the province into which, when Alexander the Great attempted to advance northwards, he was unable to penetrate by reason of the narrowness, difficulty of a certain pass, which on one side is washed by the sea, and is confined on the other by high mountains and woods, for the length of 4 miles, so that a very few men were capable of defending it against the whole world. Disappointed in this attempt, Alexander caused a great wall to be constructed at the entrance of the pass, fortified it with towers in order to restrain those who dwelt beyond it from giving him molestation. From its uncommon strength, the pass obtained the name of the Gate of Iron, and Alexander is commonly said to have enclosed the Tartars between two mountains. It is not correct, however, to call the people Tartars, which in those days they were not, but of a race named Kumani, with a mixture of other nations. In this province there are many towns and castles. The necessaries of life are in abundance. The country produces a great quantity of silk, and a manufacture is carried on of silk interwoven with gold. Here are found vultures of a large size, a species named a vigi. The inhabitants in general gain their livelihood by trade and manual labor. The mountainous nature of the country, with its narrow and strong defiles, have prevented the Tartars from effecting the entire conquest of it. At a convent of monks dedicated to Saint Leonardo, the following miraculous circumstances are said to take place. In a saltwater lake, 4 days' journey in circuit, upon the border of which the church is situated, the fish never make their appearance until the first day of Lent. From that time to Easter Eve they are found in vast abundance, but on Easter Day they are no longer to be seen, nor during the remainder of the year. It is called the Lake of Geluchalet. Into the before mentioned Sea of Abaku, which is encompassed with mountains, the great rivers Hurdle, Gihon, Tur, and Araz, with many others, disembogue. The Genoese merchants have recently begun to navigate it, and they bring from thence the kind of silk called gilly. In this province there is a handsome city called Teflis, round which are suburbs and many fortified posts. It is inhabited by Armenian and Georgian Christians, as well as by some Mahometans and Jews, but these last are in no great numbers. Manufactures of silk and of many other articles are carried on there. Its inhabitants are subjects of the great king of the Tartars. Although we speak only of a few of the principal cities in each province, it is to be understood that there are many others, which it is unnecessary to particularize, unless they happened to contain something remarkable. But should the occasion present itself, these will be hereafter described. Having spoken of the countries bordering on Armenia to the north, we shall now mention those which lie to the south and to the east. And that would be all for today. I'll see you all next time. See ya!